Camera's on. Don't know what we're talking about.
No topic, just vibe. All vibe, no
Just
topic.
a vibe.
Hello, Zippy. He's ready to raise your vibration.
I'm ready. All right, we're well on our way now.
So this is all ad lib. One idea I had was that we would talk about something I heard in the broadcast of Wimbledon, and that was the best me is yet to be, and I will find it. So I thought that was kind of a
That's
cool.
good.
It's a good topic, and I think the best me is yet to be is a topic of all of Zippy Vibe. I think that is kind of the whole center and purpose of our channel. Why we started it.
Right.
We're happy. We're happily married, and we weren't always in this place. We've been in other places, a lot different, and it was through a lot of reading and studying and intent, things we intentionally did to make that happen. So I thought maybe we could talk a little bit about our own life explorations and
Our own path and how we got here.
a little bit about our
and-
own path. Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of the philosophies. When you hear the words, the best me is yet to be, and I will find it, what's the first thing comes to your mind?
A prospect of a greater future, the prospect of something that you don't even know what you may become. It gives you a sense of I am living. You know, it's not just that I am here in the now and I know what tomorrow is going to bring. We don't know what tomorrow is going to bring, but expect great things, and that sheer expectation is what brings you results. So I think that's the kind of the magic, and that's what living is about. You know, don't expect bad things to come to you. They can come to you also. So expect great things. Expect wonderment and, you know, wondrous things in your life to come to you. So
Shoot for the moon, even if you miss it, you land among the stars.
that's right.
That's something I heard from Bob Harrington, a motivational speaker a long time ago. I love what you said about the best is yet to be and thinking about the future, because a lot of times I think people fear the future or dread the future, or I guess mostly fear the future. The fear of the unknown, and the future is unknown.
It is.
I mean, we can have best laid plans, have prepared for everything. Supposedly, we think we've prepared for everything, and then life can serve you a curveball. And I think I just mixed metaphors between tennis and baseball.
I mean, it is unknown. That's what gives life excitement. So not knowing what's coming next, but putting yourself in a position to just enjoy each day for what it is. Whether, no matter what's coming to you, just embrace it and go with the flow. I think that's what people talk about when they're talking about just being in the flow, you know, and being in that moment. And, you know, if life gives you lemons, then make lemonade.
Well, that's true. So, or actually pick that up, and we'll show that to the camera. Not the whole thing, please. So, life's like a piano. What you get out of it depends on how you play it.
Yeah. I actually read that right when we sat down.
Did you? I read that, you know, probably 2 or 3 times a month. We've got some little things around the house like that
Right.
that my mother gave me that, and I really like it. So
You have another one that's imagine. So that's a good one also, because
live the life you imagined.
right. Really what you imagine is what you're drawing to you from the universe. So that's what you bring into your life. If you can imagine it, you can have it. You know, you've just got to hold on to that vibration, and it increases your vibration. The more good things you do for other people, it increases your vibration. It makes you feel better. It makes them feel better. It actually makes the planet a better place to live. And that's one thing that we're trying to do here is
Raise your vibration.
raise your vibration and make your life better, because if your life is better, then our lives are better too.
That's true. And live the life you imagine. I never actually thought about it until this moment that we've had this discussion, and I've had that framed and in the house, and it's actually a greeting card that I framed, and I've given it away, that same greeting card, many, many, many times. It's my favorite. But I've never thought about it till this moment. Live the life you imagine. I think I always thought of it as live the life that you imagine you would be living. But you are always living the life you imagined because you created it by imagining it.
Right.
And I don't know that I ever until this moment made that connection.
Yeah.
To that.
Yeah, everything you imagine is coming into your life. So it's
So you are living the life you imagined.
right. Whether you whether you believe it or not.
Right. You really are.
It's happening. It's the law of attraction.
So people that fear the future or dread the future or have a lot of apprehension, that are not just excited about wondering what tomorrow will bring, where does that come from? Does that come from having bad experiences in the past?
I think it does. It's
Or?
easy to get caught in that negative mindset, and it begates more negative thoughts. And so what we're really talking about is how to break that cycle of negativity, of breaking the cycle of negative thoughts, because the negative thoughts are, even though you have to maintain that negative thought longer than a positive thought in order to draw it into your life, which is a good thing, because at least as soon as we have a negative thought, it's not the universe isn't instantly just bringing it to us. That's a wonderful thing. But on the flip side of that, when we have a positive thought, the universe immediately turns and all wheels are focused on bringing that to you. But you still need to maintain that focus, and the more you can maintain that focus on the good things that are coming to you, the faster they will come. So it's really a beautiful thing.
It is. The one thing that slows it down is doubt.
Right.
Fear is first cousins with doubt.
Yes.
Anxiousness, fear, concern, dread of the future. And so not having a bright outlook on the future, you literally are living the life you imagined. When I think of live the life you imagined, I immediately thought of it as something positive, and it actually could as easily be something negative.
Right.
And that never even dawned on me.
Right. That's what happens once you become positive. It erases the space for the negativity. Every positive thought you have, you've erased a negative thought, because that was time that you could have spent thinking about negative things.
Oh, that's interesting.
But
wow, I never thought of that either. That's really interesting.
But so many people are caught in that negative cycle, like we were talking about a minute ago, that finding a way to break that cycle is the key, I think. And I believe that one of the ways you can break out of that negative cycle is you really first need to kind of get to a ground zero. So you need to find some time in your life where you can sit alone with your own thoughts. Meditation is a really good tool to get in the moment and experience yourself breathing. Think about your breathing and try to just feel the sun on your skin, the wind in your face.
You bring up meditation, and I think there's some barriers for meditation for people. So there's probably no hiding it. There's probably no escaping it. Not that we would want to. It's probably no secret that we are living in the South, that we're from the South. Could you tell from our accents? I don't know if you could or not.
Not mine.
No. Definitely not yours.
No.
Would have to be mine. We have a strong hold by the Bible Belt here, and so meditation for a lot of people in the South is not considered a positive thing, which is just crazy, because meditation is the connection to God or spirits or the universe or the vibration of all the people, however you want to look at it. And it certainly does not exclude Christianity and the church.
Not at all.
Not at all.
It's not excluded at all, because when people go to church, they're meditating in church. They're thinking about all the wonderful things God does for them and other people, and that's meditation in itself.
Another barrier, I think, for people when they hear the word meditation, they're like, I could never do that. I could never quiet my mind. And I hear that a lot when I mention meditation. And I am not a person that quiets their mind very well. And I recently saw a video with a French monk who was talking about his meditation is not a quieted mind. His meditation is choosing what he thinks about. So not allowing his mind to just randomly, go on spin mode,
right,
with all these crazy random thoughts that come in, But his meditation is what he considers more of a controlled thought situation.
Choice.
Which is really what my meditation is. I have wondered what my meditation is, because my meditation is not prayer. Sometimes it is, most of the time it is not. My meditation is not a completely blank mind. And I actually haven't spent I've spent like this much time even trying to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was so relieved to hear him say that. Well, who knows who's right or wrong, but they have actually measured his brain activity, and they have found that he has complete and utter happiness. And the other thing they measured was extreme productivity. The productive thinking patterns that they're able to measure in a human brain are at their peak highest when that French monk is meditating. I don't have his name. If I can look that back up, I'll somewhere put that in this broadcast.
Right. I think it's definitely a choice. Having that utter quietness in your mind is very difficult to obtain, but I think a really good first step, like you're talking about, is having the choice to think about positive things and think about whatever that may be for you, whether it's being in the mountains, in the woods with the birds singing, or being on the beach with that ocean sound coming in. No matter where you are, you could be on the subway, you could be in your office cubicle on the 30th floor, but wherever you are, you can take 10 seconds at a stressful point in the day, and you can put yourself on that beach and take a deep breath and smell that salt air, and then open your eyes 10 seconds later, and your vibration will be increased. Your productivity will increase. Your imagination will be filled. You're going to feel happier. You'll feel lighter. You'll get more done. And you're going to go home with a more positive vibe because, your day's just gone so well. And you think back on it, how did I get here? Why did today go so much better? Because you took a few moments, just a few seconds, to imagine a better place, a better direction to head in. And just like a sailboat getting off 1 degree, that 1 degree may not make a difference over 1 mile, but over 100 miles, 300 miles, 2,000 miles, just imagine the different place you'll be in.
You could be trying to sail to Anegada and end up in Africa.
You could.
The point is, a very small amount of time can make an enormous difference in your day.
Right.
There was a really cool meditation that I learned from a Deepak Chopra video, and it was, remember with the nose, you breathe in, and you breathe out. Then you breathe in with covering up one nostril. So you breathe in through one nostril and out the other. You can do any combination of that. And we were actually in it wasn't Sandy Spit, it was Sandy Key in the BVI in the British Virgin Islands, and saw a group of people they were doing a little bit of meditation. They were about to do some yoga on the beach.
Right.
And I saw them all standing there doing this.
Right.
So it's a great way to get centered for someone who has never tried this, to give it a try in your busy day, to take that 10 seconds that Jim is, I think I'm issuing a challenge here. We would love for the Zippy Vibe tribe to give this a try and then put in the comments and let us know what happens. Even if you wanted to pause right now and go ahead and give that a try with the breathing in the nostrils thing, and then just start the video back. Please remember to start the video back and then see how you feel and let us know, because I think we would really love that feedback.
It would be fascinating. I would love to hear some of those results. So it would make my day. So,
it would make my day too. We are excited about the future. The best me is yet to be, and I will find it.
I will. Have a Zippy Vibe day. Thank you. Come back, subscribe, give us a thumbs up. We'll see you next time. All over it. Today is a good day, baby.
Be the best me. I gotta at least get that far.
Let's go.